Migration from rural to urban settlements have made the demand for accommodation in urban areas very high. In Kaduna today, finding a decent house to rent can feel like an adventure, one filled with hope, frustration, and sometimes problems. They are called agents, meaning the middlemen who connect house seekers to landlords. How well are they doing their jobs?
My experience was that you pay money to an agent, and the landlord, the money will not get to the landlord for a very long time. I've experienced that. The landlord came to me. I said, "No, I paid long ago. You know, I had to show him evidence when I paid the money. You know, and the agent refused to give the money until the landlord had to go back to the agent, and it took a while before he was able to get his money."
The last place I lived, the agent told us that there's actually no borehole in the building, but once we pay our rent, that they will just immediately get a borehole for us, a working borehole. So we paid our rent. We lived there for 1 month, no borehole. 2 months, no borehole. I called on to the agent. He said that they are planning on it. What we do now is we should just pay for two years rent. And we talked to ourselves, the people living in the house. We are about 4 flats, and we raised the money for two years. The next thing we saw was these manual borehole people, these people that use hand drill. They kept drilling and drilling, water did not come out, and that was how they left. And I had to threaten to go to court before they were able to refund me my 1 year rent. And I think that was a very bad experience for me.
Yet, not all agents are dubious. There are professionals who understand that trust is the foundation of their work.
Every profession has its ethics. Now, you have a lot of people who sit under trees who say they are agents. You have your neighbor at home who tells you he's an agent, he does not have an office. So most times when they are desirous of this service, they just meet the next available person. No. There are agents, there are property managers who have offices, like now you're in my office. You understand? You come to the office, you make your intention known. You say, I need to rent a 2-bedroom facility, or I need to buy a property. Now, if you want to rent, one of the things I will ask you, what is your budget? What is your range? What are the features you're looking for? Now, when you give me this feature, when you give me this range, I will look in my list of available vacancies, which fits your specification, which fits your budget. Those are the ones I will ask my staff to take you to, or I will take you to. So, but we have a scenario where people don't go to professionals. They just go to anybody. You don't know his office. You know, most times when you meet a quack, you know he's a quack. But people feel that when they come to registered agents, when they come to people who have offices, they pay more. That's what they feel. Because sometimes when in a bid to cut corners, you cut yourself.
Stories like this are common. Desperate for accommodation, many Nigerians fall prey to unprofessional agents who take advantage of the house crisis. Some agents inflate rent rates, collect multiple inspection fee, called takalmi in the Hausa language, often disappear after collecting payment, leaving house seekers stranded.
Generally speaking, housing matters are contractual. It's a contract between the landlord and the tenant. However, when you have housing agents, the agent is supposed to be just like you rightly said, acting on behalf of the landlord. But for now, the only redress available to a tenant who feels offended is first and foremost to seek the protection by the law courts that this wrong or that wrong has been meted to me. Now, if you notice, I'm not speaking in specific terms now, okay? But where you feel you have been wronged, the only option for you is to get to the court under the landlord and tenant law to seek redress for whatever fault you think the agent has committed. But again, let me say this, because the agent is acting on behalf of the principal, there are times the landlord will be held liable.
A good agent must be transparent, issue receipts for every transaction, and ensure both parties understand the terms. By doing that, we build a lasting solution.